Hi, today we're doing fried tuna stuffed shells. Part 1 will be the marinara sauce. In a large saucepan over medium-high heat, you're going to put a tablespoon of olive oil and a couple cloves of garlic that have been minced, and you're going to stir that around until the garlic starts to brown a little bit. And Max is helping me out here, as you can see. To this, you're going to add 1 can of tomatoes. These are diced. You can use crushed. Half a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, a pinch of salt, a pinch of sugar, and a pinch of red pepper flakes. This, of course, is all to taste. And then you're going to add 5 to 10 fresh basil leaves that have been chopped. And you can use a couple teaspoons of dried basil here if you'd like. You can crush the tomatoes if you don't want the big chunks. Then you're going to simmer this over medium heat until it is cooked down a little bit, so then when you run a spoon through it, you can see it leaves trails, and it makes a nice thick sauce. Set that aside. Part 2 will be the shells themselves. Cook 16 pasta shells, jumbo pasta shells according to package directions. In another bowl, you're going to put 1 can of tuna that's been drained. You're going to break this up so that the tuna is in small pieces. To this, you're going to add 1 beaten egg, 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 1 medium tomato that's been diced, a couple tablespoons of green onions. You're also going to add some freshly ground black pepper and a half a teaspoon of dried basil. I just added a couple more chopped fresh basil leaves because I had some in the garden. So stir that up so that it's well combined and set it aside. When your jumbo shells are done, you're going to pour off some of the boiling water and add some cold water just to cool the shells off so that you can use them right away. Drain those, and then you're going to put some stuffing into each shell. And this recipe actually makes enough to fill almost all 16 quite full. Then you're going to dip the stuffed pasta shells into 1 beaten egg and then into some breadcrumbs. So you just roll the shells into the egg and then just coat it with the breadcrumbs and continue doing that until they're all done. The egg and the breadcrumbs kind of seal the opening of the shell. Then put a couple of inches of vegetable oil in a frying pan and heat it to 365 degrees. And then you're going to put the shells in there and you're going to cook them for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Now, if you had deep enough oil, you could just submerge them. But since I don't, I had to turn these. So I did a couple of minutes per side, I guess I would say is what I did, until they're a nice golden brown. And then once they're done, you're going to take them out and let them drain on paper toweling. I suggest you put the shell opening downward, so if there's any oil that's been trapped in there, it'll come out. And these aren't as greasy as you think. The egg does a really good job of sealing off the shell, so there isn't much oil that gets inside. And then serve your shells over top of the marinara sauce. This is quite tasty dinner. It's something really different, and I really enjoyed them. I might make these again if I have company over. There you go.
What do you get when you're walking under a cow?
I don't know.
You get a pat on the head.